This is my Sony A7 IV body. I've had it for about 8 months now and I absolutely love it. I use it for photography and video, actually mostly video, and I want to walk you through some of my favorite features in both of the modes. As you can see, I bought quite a few lenses for it, 2 from Sigma, including this 35mm f1.4 art lens and this 24 to 70mm f2.8 art lens, and then I got some Sony lenses as well. I have the 28 to 70mm lens, which has steady shot or optical stabilization, which I actually utilize a lot for outdoor slow motion footage. I got the 11mm f1.8 lens to get a really wide field of view when I'm filming myself in tighter spaces. And then I got the classic 50mm f1.8 lens for portraits, and then when I go into the APS-C crop mode, it doubles as an 85mm lens, which is awesome. Let's talk about some of my favorite features. The first one is on the top of the camera in the dial mode selector, and that is the 1, 2, and 3 custom settings. So in video mode, I have 3 presets that I saved through the menu system, and I can do 3 different video presets. So the first one is 4K 24 frames per second. I have that set to the number 2, which you can see I have the camera set to right now. If I want to film 60 frames per second in 4K, all I do is I change it to the number 3, and then that would go into 60 frames per second mode for me. And then I also have preset 1 for 120 frames per second 1080p. So I can very quickly on the fly change the mode that I'm filming in just by spinning the dial on the top of the camera, which has been a fantastic feature. So that's first and foremost what I appreciate as a videographer using this camera. Secondly, I really like the fact that it has a full-size HDMI on the side. This means that I can plug into my TV or my computer monitor when I'm filming, which makes it really easy to see myself, and I don't have to get any special cables or converters. So that's a small feature when you think about it, just that it has full size instead of a small size HDMI, but it is really nice. Then going to the screen, of course, the flip out screen being completely rotating so that you can see yourself is very, very helpful. So this way you can see exactly what you're filming if you're framing up your own shot. And what's nice is that it does flip the shot over when you flip the screen so that you can see everything with the correct orientation. Now let's talk about the photo features. To go into photo mode, it's really nice. You move this bottom part of the dial into photo mode, so then you can have your 1, 2, and 3 presets for photo mode also, which is very cool. I tend to just shoot in manual mode or aperture mode. But what's really nice is the eye autofocus. So as your subject moves around the frame, it automatically focuses on the eye. It does a fantastic job of this, and it is just, it's a crazy literally life-altering feature that once you have eye autofocus, you don't want to shoot with any other camera systems that don't have it. Then I need to tell you about the low light performance. So I went out to Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills and I took photos of a model and a car with this setup here, and it looked fantastic. You can shoot very, very high ISO. It still captures focus very, very well, and it looks really good. And lastly, I want to talk about the preset buttons that you can have here. So you can have your custom 1, custom 4, custom 2, custom 3, etc. buttons on the camera. And I have my C1 button set up to go from full frame into APS-C crop sensor mode. So that way I can sort of get double duty out of my lenses. So this 35mm that I have here, when I click the button, actually becomes like a 50mm. When I have my 50mm 1.8 lens on here and I click the button, it becomes like an 85mm. And you do lose some resolution, but this camera does so well and gets so many details in the images that honestly, I don't even mind shooting in crop sensor mode on here. So overall, if you're on the fence about the A7 IV at all, highly, highly recommend it. It's 2023 right now. I think this is a phenomenal camera still. It's definitely worth the money. I love mine. I gave up a Panasonic GH5, a Sony A6500, and a Nikon D750 with a bunch of different lenses and batteries and adapters and speed boosters and stuff for this camera. I'm very happy that I did that. If you're looking for one system that does it all, the Sony A7 IV is perfect if you do photo and video. And if you only do one, if you just do photo or you just do video, this is a phenomenal camera for them individually as well. Highly recommend it. Hope this video helps you with your decision. Thanks. Bye.